Hoy es mi 14 usa Duolingo. Today is my official 14th day on Duolingo. I am on a 14-day streak. Now, when I show screenshots of my account, um, and like my progress and stuff like that, you'll see that my account was made in 2018, which it was made in 2018, but I didn't use it in 2018 because I ended up going with Lingo Deer instead. Because at the time, Lingo Deer was better for Asian languages than Duolingo. So I did Lingo Deer for, I don't know, like a year and a half or something like that. Off and on, not consistently, but I was also using like books and stuff like that. And then, like we discussed in the last video, I also use books and then took 2 semesters of Japanese in school officially. I've never learned any Spanish at all. And it's kind of funny because I've already progressed to level 15. So I guess after I did, like I said in the last video, I've done 4 years of high school German, and I've done some self-study on German. And then I did like 18 months self-teaching Arabic, which Arabic was kind of the first language I was exposed to because, I mean, my mom speaks English fluently. Obviously, she's native, but my dad is Arab, and we lived in West Asia, so there was a lot of Arabic. So, like, when I was little and it kind of stuck with me, there's a lot of Arab words that I know. So I'd self-taught myself the alphabet and that kind of thing, and a bunch of words and stuff. And then I was watching some Arab YouTube's channels and stuff like that for learning Arabic and stuff like that. I don't remember any of it, to be honest. Not really at all. Which I tried on Duolingo. I'm gonna wait on that. I'm thinking about trying to. Okay, like I said in the last video, I want to finish Spanish and Japanese by the time I get out of this semester. I really do not foresee that happening with the Japanese, but I do definitely see that happening with the Spanish. So, like, after learning all these other languages, trying to do Spanish is like so freaking easy for me. But I would say that, like, so far, reading is really, really easy for me. Today, or well, yesterday on my 13th day, I was able to, I was in a comment section and I opened a thread of comments and they were all in Spanish, and I was able to read all of it. In a couple of the sentences, there was like one word in each one that I didn't know, but because of the context of the sentence, it was really easy for me to figure out. So, like, reading strength, great. And that's the same thing that I have in Japanese. Reading strength, great. But, like, when I'm reading the screen and saying, like, doing the speaking exercises on Duolingo in Spanish, that's actually super easy for me because I'm native to that type of, like, alphabet structure. But when I'm trying to read out loud in Japanese, I sound like I'm about, I don't know, 8 years old. Trying to read it and sound it out and everything. Some sentences, if they're like super basic, I can like go really fast, but some sentences, not so easy to do. But the way that the Duolingo is set up, it's like really different than when you're book learning or in school. It's kind of opposite. So it's like, even though realistically, like, my Japanese level should be further in Duolingo than it is, it's like teaching you stuff that you already would know from book learning plus new words at the same time. And then it's, I'm assuming, the same way in Spanish. So I don't know. I kind of feel like that's more beneficial because it's like you're getting like full conversation right off the bat. And not just learning one word, 2 words, 3 words, 4 words. Like, it's throwing it all at you in more of a, like, I want to say organic way, because it's like through more similar to what I would imagine immersion would be like, versus, I don't know how, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm number 1 in the leaderboard right now, for the gold league, and there's this person, Ray, that I'm like fighting constantly for first place with, which is really funny because like there was one day this person like beat me by like a few hundred points, and then I just demolished him by like 2,000 points. And then so like every day he keeps, or she, I don't know, keeps getting closer to my score within a few hundred points, like, but they're still in second place. And then I just go ahead and throw another like 1,500, 2,000 points on it because I'm using the XP boosts, like, and then I'm using my gems to, because I'm like doing all of the exercises. And then I'm like, in Japanese, I'm like XP farming the alphabet section, the hiragana section. I haven't made it to katakana yet because I'm doing so many different things on the app. And then it's like I'm trying to do the sideline stuff as I go too, that's on either side of the lessons. And then like in another section, it's like you can go do the speed matching. And then like I boost, or not boost, but I go out like to the next level, and then I go back like a couple days later, and then I keep getting like the legendary and everything. So I'm just like totally nailing this person like every day. I'm like another 2,000 points, another 2,000 points. So I'm kind of nervous when I get into like Sapphire and higher leagues because I don't know, like I do have also schoolwork and kids and things that I'm doing. So like I can only do it at certain times of the day, which fortunately, like I'm using like right around midnight, like when I'm going to bed. And I do like the boosts and stuff like that, and that's helping me out a lot. And then like throughout the day, because I'm doing so many lessons, I'm getting more and more boosts. Anyway, if anybody has any recommendations about workbooks or textbooks for doing Spanish, I would really appreciate them because I want to go ahead and buy them before the end of the semester just so I can kind of have them and try not to touch them. Try real hard not to touch them because like I kind of want to go ahead and start looking at textbooks because there's things that I'm not getting explanations about in Spanish, and then like I get confused. Like the main things that I'm getting confused are probably the same things that everybody else is getting confused about, like usted and ustad, ustedes, or like usted. Well, that one I get because it's like when you're using we, um, or like some of the gender changing letters, as versus and putting a at the end. Like I get tripped up a lot on that kind of stuff. So I kind of feel like I need a textbook, but I don't. I'm trying not to pick up a textbook until summer break. So, because I already got 4 of those that I have to use on a regular basis, so I don't really need another textbook. But you see the problem that I'm having. Anyway, I might check in again next week, but I don't want to put pressure on myself.